Feeling tired? Have you tried ginseng? Today I'm going to talk about American ginseng and Asian ginseng and how it actually affects your energy production.
You're watching the Dr. Jake podcast.
I'm Dr. Jake. I'm a naturopathic medical doctor and an integrative physician in the state of Utah. On this channel, I'll share with you how you can heal your body without harmful drugs and surgery and actually get to the root cause of your issues. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. All right, let's get started. So ginseng usually is used as a root. So you could think of it as a root vegetable or herb. It was first started being used in Asia. It was being used for increasing stamina and energy and improving brain function and also helping improve libido. So that was what it was mostly used in Asian cultures. And then it started becoming popular throughout the world because of all the great benefits that ginseng was having on the body. The most common strains that I use are American ginseng and Asian ginseng. It really is where they just coming from. One's coming from Asia, one's come from the Americas, and they have the similar effects. I mean, there are some studies saying one does this, one does another, but many times it's just because Asia decided to do a study on this and just there hasn't been a study on American ginseng. They're very similar on the effects that they have on the body. So I don't really use one over the other. I typically am using more American ginseng over Asian ginseng because I'm here in the Americas and I'm able to get it locally. And I don't necessarily trust the Chinese practices many times of supplying it. So I usually am using suppliers that I trust here, but really they're very similar in how they affect the body. So this is really interesting of all the different things that it does to help energy. It's not just one thing that it does so many other different things. So let's dive into the biggest one of all is its adrenal support. It is an adaptogen. So what that means, it's going to increase cortisol as needed and decrease cortisol if needed. Let's say you're extremely stressed out and you're pumping out tons of cortisol, epinephrine. Ginseng will help calm that down. Let's say you're really depleted and you've been stressed out for a long time and your adrenal glands aren't working as well. They need to produce more cortisol. Ginseng will help do that too, because it has several different constituents in it that will increase and decrease the cortisol production. So if you are extremely stressed out, it's kind of like you're a wired but tired individual. It will calm down that cortisol production going on, chill you out, and that will increase your energy production in many different ways just because you're chill and not stressed out, but also you're going to sleep a lot better, get a better night's sleep, and you're not going to be able to think as well when you're stressed, and it's going to calm all that down. But obviously, if you're really depleted, which is very common now, you're not producing enough cortisol. Let's say you're someone that's really stressed out, you're drinking tons of caffeine to keep going. And let's say you actually got to the point that you could drink caffeine right before going to bed and it doesn't do anything on you. That's telling me your adrenal glands are totally shot. It's going to help boost that cortisol production in a healthy way and give you the cortisol that you need. So that's one piece that is going to be helping you with the adrenal glands. Also, what's awesome about it is it increases oxygen consumption inside your cells, meaning it's going to give your mitochondria what it needs to make ATP. You go through so many different steps inside your mitochondria to actually make ATP, which is what our body uses for energy. And oxygen helps to do that, especially the last step, the electron transport chain, which needs to go through that process. You need a lot of oxygen for that to make ATP production. So it improves that oxygen consumption inside your cells. So it's not giving you stressful energy like caffeine does. It's actually improving how your cells work and make energy production. Also, what's great about it is helps the body make healthy testosterone production. It's not going to give you way too much testosterone. Like if you're taking testosterone or you're taking some of these other supplements out there that are going to make your testosterone way high, it's going to make it in a healthy range for men and women. Testosterone, like we've talked about in other episodes, is going to increase mitochondrial function, increase blood flow, increase muscular strength, increase motivation and stamina. So you're going to have a lot more energy just because of this increasing the testosterone production. It also decreases oxidative stress, so it's a great antioxidant. Oxidative stress damages the mitochondria, so you're not able to make ATP production very well, so it helps with that. Also, oxidative stress causes a lot of inflammation, so that's going to bog down how our metabolic reactions work, and we're going to be tired all the time because of that. Last one that I want to talk about, and there's others that we could talk about, is its blood sugar management. I want to talk about that because a lot of people are tired because they aren't managing the blood sugar well. They are either make too much blood sugar is going into their body, and then boom, they're taking it out with too much insulin production, or they just have type 2 diabetes and they are having way too much sugar hanging out and not getting inside the cells. So what happens with ginseng, it improves the absorption of your cells taking the sugar in. So you're not going to have those spikes as much. You're going to be able to get that sugar inside your cells, and you need sugar to be able to make energy, or you need fat. But if you're not getting that sugar into your body, into your cells, you're not going to be able to make energy production through all those processes we talked about in the mitochondria. Also, if you have way too high of blood sugar, it's going to cause inflammation throughout your entire body. That's going to bog down your metabolism. Also, it's going to damage the organs that make energy producing hormones like cortisol and epinephrine and testosterone and estrogen and progesterone. And it's also going to mess with our serotonin pathways and dopamine pathways in our brain. So keeping our blood sugar under control is huge for keeping our energy healthy. So if you take too much ginseng, it's going to be bad for someone that has high blood pressure, or sometimes it can be bad if you take too much with anxiety. But that is only if you take too much. Sometimes people feel good with something, they think more is better. And that's not the case with ginseng, and really not the case with any supplement or herb, is you can get too much of it and it's not going to be good for you. It really isn't harmful for majority of the population at all. It's a very healthy thing. You could take it as just a normal food, and many Asian cultures actually do put it on their food. So it's not an unhealthy thing for anyone, except if you take too much of it. So you can take ginseng in many different ways. So you can use it as a powder. That's great. You can use it as a tea. That's great. You could also take it as a tincture. All of them are going to be effective and great. So however you want to take it, you can take it that way. The dose that we use is 1,000 milligrams, 1 to 2 times daily. I would start out slow and work up. So usually I have patients start out really slow at like 250 milligrams twice a day, then go to 500, then go to 1,000 milligrams twice a day. Every person is a little bit different of how much ginseng they need. Some can be really sensitive, and 250 milligrams just once a day is all they can do, and it's really great for them. Or others need to go up to the 2,000 milligram mark. It's all healthy and fine with the 2,000 milligrams. Some people just get a little too stimulated when they take the higher dose. So it is something that you can take every day if you are someone that's a high stressed individual and you really need that help to manage your adrenal glands and your cortisol responses. But usually over time, when we're working on your stress and all that, we get that under control without always having to have ginseng, then we would go off of it, and you wouldn't want to be taking it at that point. So, but if you are stressed and you are tired all the time, you want to be taking it, but working on all these other causes of what's going on. If you want to learn more about ginseng and other things like ginseng that increase your energy production, click my videos to the right. I'm Dr. Jake, and I'll see you there.